Today I want to discuss with you what happens when basically your entire reality gets turned upside down because of those evolutionary impulses, which invariably, of course, are accompanied by great aha moments. And this is basically what happened to me over the last 18 months, big time. Before I go further, as always, please remember to check out the risk disclosure below. Okay, 15 years ago, I was listening to an interview with Wayne Dyer, the late Wayne Dyer, and in this interview he was asked what would be the worst thing that could happen to him. And Wayne Dyer answered, the worst thing that could happen to him would be if everything that he believed in would not be true, if he were to find out that everything he believed in were not true. Now, I would say basically, in a way, I have undergone exactly this process, and I'm sure many of you have as well, as in the last really 18 months or so, we have entered an acceleration of a transformative shift, which is going to usher us into a very, very different understanding of ourselves. So this has ultimately nothing to do with the unpleasantries the world has been experiencing externally since the beginning of 2020, because these unpleasantries really are just the external manifestation of something much, much bigger, much more powerful, which is what I also describe in the Buddhist Trading and in my work in general as evolutionary impulses. Now, these happen on a regular basis, but usually in smaller, much smaller and much more manageable increments. What we are seeing and are going through and now is of such massive proportion that, in fact, everybody who is doing the growth and development work will be hugely impacted by this, purely and simply because if you are doing mindfulness work, self-awareness work, if you're doing meditation or whatever else it is you may be doing to improve yourself as an individual, or maybe you're working on your trading or really any other job improvement, which ultimately means you want a better life, you will experience it more than other people. And this, in a way, is a good thing, but can also feel very unsettling, because the more you are into it, the deeper you will go into the very, very root of your beliefs, and this will lead you into your core values, which need to be examined for their validity to you in your life moving forward. And as you do this, or as you are, shall we say, called to do it, because a lot of it just happens by itself, you really do not have to do a great deal about it. It brings up the awareness that the old shoes simply don't fit anymore. As I said, that happened to me. The extent of it really, really blew me away, and it started all off about approximately 18, well, maybe not even quite 18 months ago, but at one point I woke up and I realized I was done with intraday trading. Once and for all, my trading was finished. I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I found it utterly boring, and there was another wave coming in that sort of kept pushing me into the awareness that my trading, really had been an ego manifestation first and foremost. We could also say it was a manifestation from a karmic residue. We also often refer to as reincarnation, and I became more and more acutely aware of this, that really my number one core value, and by the way, this is an exercise you get in the course, I think, of Improve Your Trading Mind, it's in there, and I describe it also in the Buddhist Trader. Very, very valuable exercise where you see what your core values are. So I became acutely and painfully aware of the fact that all of a sudden my key core values, which had been the same, well, ever since I first did this exercise, which is, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago, the core value was always love. Yeah, and then the next thing was love, love, love. And, and so it went on, really permutations of this, and then I realized that my core value was actually being in total alignment with my connection to source. Now, I mean, as you can see, that's a biggie. So what do we make out of this? What were I to do with this? Then I also realized that my second core value, well, obviously, was the pursuit and expression of love. The next core value is about beauty. Beauty has always been very important to me in the arts, and I'm very creative and like to express myself like this, and have done a lot of work with people on their offices, bringing more beauty and energetic harmony into their offices. And these are all things which are actually very, very close to my heart, and way, way, way more important than sitting there and trading. And I thought, right now, here I am. What am I going to do with this? Where do I take this? And then I stopped trading for a while. I sort of went to a number of meditation retreats, and a lot of self-inquiry went on. And then I realized, well, really, this core value going forward is where we all are going to go, because as our ego lessens, and I'm talking to those of you who are open, who are doing the work, who are ready to step into more of themselves and self-actualize from a sense of deep inner belonging and understanding of what it means to, shall we say, actualize that inner belonging, and shall we say reconnect, because that's really what we are talking about. It's a reconnection. It's always been there. It is part of our template, but over the years, thousands of years, we have been disconnected, and here is our chance right now, like no other, to step back into this reconnection. However, that said, it's not as simple as saying, right, I'm going to reconnect. No, we need to do more than that, and the examination of our core values is a large part of it, because you will find that your core values will have changed dramatically because of this. So does this mean that you have to say, right, oh, because now my core value is connection to source? And incidentally, I've had a few emails from other traders who said to me, what do? I enjoy really more my experience in my connection to source than the activity of trading. Now, both is okay. So how do we align this? Well, we align it first of all by being okay with this, and it's the journey I had to take. So of course, fortunately, I have this thing. I work as a teacher, as an educator, if you like, and I enjoy that role very, very much. In fact, I way, way enjoy it more than trading, because I feel I have so much more to give in that area. You want a trading system? Well, I can point you in the direction of a gazillion good trading systems. You don't need any help with this. It's very, very easy to find a good trading system. It is something very, very different to come into proper alignment with your true self, with your core, and do whatever you do in life. Because after all, don't forget, trading is just a channel of expression, one of many which are available to you, and this expression will often change throughout your life, which is a good thing, because it shows you are evolving, moving, hopefully more effortlessly than I did, with the flow into something else. Now, I've been thinking for a long time. We've been doing at Mental Strategies for Traders. We've been doing programs. We done some live group coaching, and I'm definitely more moving into that direction of the live group coaching because it's so powerful. And also want to say here, I mean, we're not looking to have hundreds in the groups. And I far rather work with the smaller groups so that everybody gets to feel the benefit and can ask questions and get this wonderful interaction, which can be very, very powerful and yield wonderful results. So I've been wondering, we did the Navigate Financial Change group earlier this year for several months, had some very, very interesting conversations. But seeing also what I've been through, seeing what other traders are saying to me, it's becoming really very, very clear. We don't need to work on this because that is still taking the second or even the third step. We need to go back to the core issue from whence everything else unfolds. And that core issue is ultimately our relationship with ourselves, how we are languaging with ourselves, how we are dealing with the emotional content of ourselves, how we're dealing with anger, compassion, frustration, fear, and all of those things which have been coming up very, very, very much this year. Uncertainty, realigning, finding new values, finding a deeper inner sense of independence in the face of something which we all know ultimately, those of us certainly who are doing the work and have some understanding of these things, we will be aware to lesser or larger degrees of the fact that because we are dealing with a evolutionary impulse of gargantuan proportions, we have very, very little influence as the individual over it. And I've said it before, it really doesn't matter who rules in the government. Ultimately, what unfolds through the essence, and that is the being of every individual one of us. So, and that means first and foremost, how we are being kind to ourselves, because you cannot make any money consistently. You cannot attract the harmony, the beauty, the love, the success, whatever it is, into your life on a consistent basis unless you are totally in harmony with yourself and appreciate yourself and love yourself unconditionally. And that's big and very, very loaded. I mean, I'm fully aware of this. Now, to that end, and I know this is sort of a rather long way round, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into my own journey and my own thinking processes, which ultimately are, is the experience which I bring to the table, in all my work. So I've been thinking we're going to do a monthly group again, but this one is going to be really focusing on the essence of things. So it's definitely nothing to do with trading, even though most of you will come from the trading or investment arena, but it's also for other people who are valuing the importance that obviously we all have to earn a living and have to provide for our families in massively changing times. So it is going to be about reassessing our values, establishing this connection to source, which means we have to really, really deepen our understanding what it means to be in alignment. And that means going beyond the mere understanding of the evolutionary laws and then learning to take these laws and flow with them in an effortless way, because it is that flowing with the laws, meaning you're getting out of the way, which is the difficult thing, because we have our emotions, of how we think things need to be in order to be okay in the way. We also have ideas of what we must be afraid of and what we must defend, and all those things which are ultimately ego driven, and we have built our little laws around them which have nothing to do whatsoever with the true core essence of universal law, in order to lead a life that works, no matter what you choose to do, what you choose to change in your career or in your relationship with yourself, with your relationship with others. It always comes back to really, really deeply becoming intimate with the essence of alignment, your alignment with the alignment of the principle of universal law, which is the same wherever we go. It's all pervasive, and it is there for anybody who chooses to. And the beauty of this is, this has nothing to do with your past. It has only and absolutely only, yes, I'm using the word absolute here, to do with your frequency. And your frequency, of course, is about alignment. Now, this is one of the many subjects I will be going into much more detail, and we'll be working on one-on-one in the monthly group sessions. And you can join for 3 months. You can join for 1 month to try it out. And well, we may be offering it also for 1 or 2 months with some of the courses as well, which well, you will see, stuff as you receive emails about all of this. So I feel this is by far the biggest way I can be of service to all of you, help you understand, go deeper into harmony with the essence of the universe, and reconnect. And from there, you can build your life, whatever it is. Because if you get that right and you get into that flow from a deep understanding, you will grow. As I said, it doesn't matter whether this is about trading, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are an entrepreneur. I've worked with many entrepreneurs, by the way, and quite a few people in the military in the past as well, which I always love doing. So this is, in that sense, it's a very, very robust thing. It is the core, it is the foundation upon which we all must build our lives from now on, if we want to navigate the changes which are coming our way, and stand tall. And tall, I don't mean from an ego sense, but stand tall in the awareness of our essence as spiritual beings, which is what we really are. And we really need to get back into that essence, because it is through that essence that our lives flow. And really, nothing else ultimately matters, because everything flows from that essence. And for us, we need to learn to use the right techniques and strategies, and embed them so deeply into our being that they are healing the old patterns. We are dealing with a complete repatterning of our essence. And incidentally, for those many of you who are traders, you will be amazed how this will change the way you see your trading and your investing strategies. Because I mean, there are many, many different ways of trading and investing, and it'll lift you in its own time onto a very, very new plateau, and a unity and harmony. So this is not something that comes overnight. We will have to do a little bit of work on it and integration here, and a little bit of practice, if you like, of being in the energies so that they can settle and integrate, whilst at the same token we are allowing ourselves the fluidity to accept that we really do not know for sure exactly how things unfold, and we do not need to know other than that core that we need to have this connection. So, okay, I hope I have given you a bit of an insight of where I am going to go with all of this from now on. I'm very, yeah, I am excited about it. Excited has become sort of a bit of a generic word, hence I hesitated here, because it is for me, it is a clear departure away from focusing on trading. As I said, you can go anywhere. Most of the people I've worked with and work with, well, you all have your trading system. Your problems aren't there. Your problems are ultimately with yourself and your relationship with yourself, and that is ultimately the relationship with a creator and creation itself, and learning to flow with this. So there is no bigger gift we can give ourselves. I've also meditated on this for a long time and come up with the word healing, but actually, again, healing is very generic, and yes, it's definitely a part of it. And I feel I need to be much more actively involved in this, but not from an ego perspective saying here, okay, I will heal you or so. No, 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 no. It is about opening these channels for you through my experience, through what I have experienced, and it's a very beautiful thing. It's also a very loving thing, and here we come back to what I said to you about the core values, and my mind is still the number two value is love. And it's going to be a very beautiful and empowering thing, which I am looking forward to doing with many of you over the next few months and hopefully years, because it is my intent at the moment to keep this going, do it for a long time, and hopefully at some point we'll be able to do it also in house. We'll just have to play it by ear and let us be guided by the signposts which the universe, of course, will be providing for us along the way. Okay, a long video. Hope you have enjoyed it, and I thank you very much for watching it.